Hi there everybody and welcome back to our very first episode of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. So I did record this part, this intro, and then I realized I never switched on my mic, so I had to redo it all. So I have decided we are going to go with a ranger again. I did go through the character generation. I did not watch any of the dialogue or anything, I just skipped through it all, just to the character generation. There's a specific reason that I'm gonna go with a ranger again, because there's a class called arcane ranger. So it's a ranger that can imbue his spells, his arrows and things with spells. So I want to check that out. So let's get into it. Loading times is a bit iffy. I don't know if that's just because I've got a shitty PC.
Eora, a world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood. A nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher. One who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanen. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep? Lifting the curse? Must have told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest.
Looks like 8 years back.
Maybe the gods weren't finished with us. I used to dream that when my god came back, he would forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death.
I guess
Follow
I
your
doubt
memories.
it.
You have been here before.
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
A watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
It's not her voice though. I don't know what.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do.
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage.
Doesn't look like a dwarf, he's quite tall.
You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved, merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
It's fucking disgusting.
Sit. Please.
Tell me how to live my life, woman.
Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in.
Oh, here is rising upwards. It's weird.
A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember. Does everything appear to be in order? Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Berath. One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge.
So this is actually the god. The two of them together make Berath. Holy shit.
The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction. The gods offered you boons in exchange for resolving the Hollowborn crisis. What did you do with the souls?
Restored to the souls of the Hollowborn.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
I spoke with the other gods in the Hall of Stars and pledged myself to them.
You did.
She places a card on the table, showing a tall tower with the gods' constellations arrayed around it in the sky. She places a card in the middle of the arrangement, a bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you. The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Eothas. Of this we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are. Though Eothas stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between. You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Adra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find him. No, but neither is your body truly alive. Your lungs draw breath, your heart pumps blood, but your flesh is as soulless as a Hollowborn. That is, until I return you.
She delicately places a card upright on the table. The art depicts souls flowing out of a pillar of Adra.
I know. It is my business to know. 322 in Cadnua and your surrounding lands. Their souls remain in Eothas still. You have the power to save them. Serve me and I will return you to your body. Or don't, and return to the wheel.
Fun fact, if you say I'll take the wheel, the game ends.
Good. Before you return to Eora as my herald, you must remember who you were, the last whisper of life in death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
Want a new face. Arcane Archer. There you go. Elements, fire, frost, they're just doing. Max health is reduced. Oh well. Warning shots. Bear. Okay. Dexterity. Let's do that. Okay. Let's go with that. greatsword or a stock? Fuck it. Let's go with dual wielding again. It's just better for me now. Okay. Doop.
Somehow it always ends in bloodshed. I won't be gone long.
Yeah, trying to go that way, but I'm not gonna. Guess this is us.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you, to open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world. Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby.
What bitch? Trying to fucking own me. I'm gonna kill you.
The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
I'm coming back for you, bitch. After Aethys. See, I stopped there. I didn't even complete this. What's this unnecessarily long loading screen? Fuck it. Words. Shit, look at them.
The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull. Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
No, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake? How are you feeling? Me? You don't remember?
Adair points at his face, which he seems to be arranging into his most recognizable expression. Receiving no response, he shrugs.
I'm the captain of this boat. And I was real big back in Deerwood. Had this keep called Cadnua. I was famous. And I was what you'd call a watcher. I'd go around talking to dead folks and creeping out just about everyone who saw.
He holds up his hands with fingers curled to mimic claws.
You're just some farmer. Likes to follow me around. Take most of the beating for me when we get attacked. Don't worry, it'll all come back. Ah, see? You remember. Anyway, you didn't answer my question. How you feeling? Alive's a big improvement.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cad Nua.
Cad Nua has been destroyed. Aethys possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby. It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely. The further Aethys withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire archipelago. I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul, and proximity to it has brought you back.
I know.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
He pokes at your shoulder with one finger.
Misfortune's brewing topside. Migrants fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
Engrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates a nearby wardrobe.
All right, now make some use of it.
What's this? User 3, cheap. Ship crew morale plus 10. Oh.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious. I suggest you deal with them quickly.
Now I'm feeling like I should have played a druid with a bow.
Well, what have we here? A little sloop? Lost and alone in the storm?
Silly brutish looking captain stands stuffed back before his crew. He scowls as he assesses you, his hair whipping about his ears in the wind.
I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind. And especially if you do.
Well, at least he asked.
I am a gentleman of fortune.
The captain shrugs in the shooting range before opening you with a slow, murderous call.
Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure. But at least it'll be quick.
The storm's pretty loud. Did you say you're surrendering? How strange.
Then he's going to wear his breeches on his head and dance for us? Did I hear that right?
Aye, but the breeches are gonna be stitched from your skin. You got a smart mouth on ya. Careful. That'll get you killed faster than any blade.
You're going to show...
Listen up, mates.
He cracks his neck and addresses his crew.
I'm off to spear me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't damage the sloop when you take it. Play with the crew if you'd like, but don't bring me any prisoners. None that are alive.
You heard, Benwick! After!
things first.
Defend the ship!
You've defeated the pirates, but you're not out of trouble yet. The storm picks up, lashing your ship and driving you dangerously close to the rock shore. The Defiance crew hurries to reduce sail and batten down the hatches. They work quickly, but the ship is still listening heavily. Just then, a loose crate tumbles towards you, gathering speed on the rain-slick deck. It misses you, but knocks Shitupek, one of your deckhands, off his feet. Defiant heaves Shitupek pitches over the side. He grabs onto the rail, but his fingers are slipping. He cries out for help. Meanwhile, the runaway crate tosses onto the ledge of the deck, ready to plunge overboard. You recognize the symbol of the front and realize it likely contains salvage from Katnwa, your keep. Rescue Shitupek. You grab Shitupek's arm, and just as you grip, your grip fails. For a tense moment, he hangs suspended over the roiling sea. Then, with a mighty tug, you pull him back onto the deck. You hear a heavy splash. The crate of Katnwa is gone. Shitupek meanwhile nods encouraging and hurries to the station. Meanwhile, the storm has nearly driven you ashore. A flash of light reveals a picture of those like striding into the distance. The lookout barely has time to shout warning before the Defiant runs the ground. The back hurls you from the deck and into the froth of waves. Bodies and splintering debris. You struggle toward the beach just ahead, even as the surf tugs you toward the open sea. You kick and paddle with all your might until at last you feel sand between your fingers. Pulling yourself ashore, you collapse. Poor guy. So Palashina, Aloth, Edir. The other two are new. The chick with a gun. Except if it's fucking Kana again. And the guy with the two guns, two pistols. Bear.
You've been getting a lot of sleep so far on this trip. I'd have woke you, but you look so peaceful with your face in the sand.
He runs his fingers through his hair and removes his strand of seaweed and finds lodged in there. He examines it closely and tosses it into the sand.
If you're worried about the ship, you can stop worrying. It's wrecked right over there.
He points to the Defiant, despite it being difficult to miss from a vantage point.
So far, it's just you and me and the chair lady over there.
I did not saw something further up the beach.
It's a relief to see you awake, my lord. I worried you were in for another long sleep.
The steward appears to be lodged between some rocks. Despite this, her tone is warmly cheerful. What happened?
Ran aground, looks like. Statue headed inland. Guess he had business here. Or he needed directions.
I do sense a few survivors close by. The rest... You could give them guidance, but they are beyond any other help. That is, assuming this experience has not diminished your abilities as a watcher. If you can see the souls of our dead and speak to them, it would be a great comfort.
The view's better than I would have thought. We better go see if they're all right.
What do we do now?
It is your decision, but Eothas still holds a piece of your soul. He was moving inland last I saw of him. I rather think he will have been hard to miss.
Let's see about the other survivors. And somehow we gotta get the ship repaired. I don't want to be paddling out of here on a salvage raft.
For now, I'd say your best bet is to find some sign of civilization. If nothing else, we may be able to hire on a shipwright. My lord, if it is not too taxing, could you explain how it came to pass that you were returned to us?
My soul passed into the beyond, and Berath gave me a choice: find Earth or die.
These gods. You make one deal with them to stop a madman, and the next thing you know, they're threatening your soul.
That isn't much of a choice. But castle or no castle, you are still my lord, and I will aid you to the best of my ability.
Well, I suppose we better get a move on.
Let go.
May I assist?
He will be tank. What the fuck? It's an aura, shard, mystery. With even the hand of cult having a big deal about the origin, some scholars have speculated that the order of members cloak with the obsidian order. Don't wanna. You can have a. You know that one. Do we still have no. Okay. Saber one-handed. But I don't find the sabers. He does. Why not? Take the fucking saber off. Put the other saber in there. I don't understand. Okay. Whatever. Call the corn splash. Captain's eye. There's the perception protection. Okay.
This is a work of art. At your service. You read my mind. You ask so little.
Help! Somebody! Per Complanca!
At once.
The Divine is looking for wistful wear after its unexpected landfall. The hull has splintered in several places along with the keel, while the tattered sails stand as evidence of your battle with the pirates. Continue. The deck of the Defiant is well out of reach from here. The ship groans like a beach whale each time the waves roll in. But it doesn't seem to be listing further. You may be able to climb up. Scale the hand. The deck of the Defiant is well out of reach from here. The ship groans like a beach, okay. You may be able to scale the hull by hand. You climb nimbly up the side of the ship and reach the top without just one breaking. So the deer is not far behind, pulling himself up and over the railing beside you.
You're looking better, Casita. That, or I'm worse off than I thought.
The sheen of sweat on her brow and the wan cast on her to her features belies Irina's casual greeting.
It's my leg, Matico. It hurts even worse than it looks.
Clouds bring her, I'll patch you up. best I can, but you'll want to stay off the leg.
Funny thing, it's hard to see much from the underside of the barrel. I wasn't planning on going for a run, Casita. It still hurts, but I can manage. Have you found any of the others yet? I'll start a fire. If any of the others are out there, hopefully they'll see it and turn up.
What? The whole ship? And she's the only one. Bullshit. Come down.
At your service. I have the strength. I've done this before. Agreed.
Hope the rest of those sodden bastards made it.
Sodden bastards. Beware, assholes.
Clever.
Spy! Magran, here! My flame burns yet! Is that ye?
Ingram appears to be under sound condition, though his wax jacket is soaked through. He appraises you with blurry-eyed amusement.
You woke just in time for the fun. Fighting off motherless raiders one moment, flung into the freezing depths of Ondra's bosom the next.
Ingram's eye twitches and he flashes a smile, notable for the extraordinary absence of teeth.
Aye. Magran learns us poor bastards that a little excitement's good for the heart.
The last Magranite to travel with me almost went mad because of his goddess's trials.
Aye, but almost mad ain't fully mad. Ah, old Durance. The goddess shan't forge another like him in our lives, Captain.
Can we go back on the ship now?
Layla, don't let Ingram be a bad influence while I'm gone.
That's unkind. You're the one decided to pluck this wean from the wilds of Aer Glanfith. Blame that stone steward of yours for bringing the furry maid along.
Uncle Ingram, you promised me ale.
Later, sweetie. Uncle Ingram's thirsty too.
He absent-mindedly taps on his chest near his heart, sounding the thunk of something metal beneath the priest's jacket.
Mind the boars, Watcher. I can't hold them back.
Suey. Suey.
At once. It is good to see you well, Watcher. I believe the boars were hoping for easy meat.
Chesapeake greets you with a relieved nod and checks the pistol at his
The
hip.
bosun, Beadle, is in that cave over there. Ran in after a boar. Stubborn old dwarf.
So where are you at, Jim?
I was able to calm one of the boars with a spell. For a time, at least. By the time I was through, I had lost sight of Beadle. I remained here, hoping he would return quickly. he has not. After we made landfall, you mean? I woke and Beadle was close by, swearing fit to bring Andra's wrath upon us a second time. We began to search for supplies. I came over this way in hopes of gathering some of that blood moss over there. I thought it might be of use. I imagine the boars had the same idea. I will make for the campfire. I must get this pistol cleaned if it's going to be of any use. Be careful in there, Captain.
I don't like smart camera. I don't like it at all.
May child's play.
There you go. Much better. Much better. What is this? Sea cave. Okay, that's over there.
Isn't there supposed to be a light?
Apparently not.
I guess we're not the first to head this way.
Mind. Shall we begin? Gambit.
Trouble ahead.
You list. Running won't save you. What's our plan?
I think my bear can get past there. What the fuck is my bear doing? What to look now? Still no sign of Benworth. How much longer are we going to wait? The wit's already ruined half our take. And get your stinking construct under control. It's been hanging out by the crystal. I swear it's been giving me the eye.
Well, as long as I don't get caught. Well, as long as I don't get caught.
May I assist? May I assist? Child's play. At once.
Whoa,
I've got some... Mind your manners. The next shot won't miss. Running won't save you.
Rusted constructs.
If you insist. That's yourself, child.
I don't think I can pull that off.
What's a metal killing machine doing? Here by himself in a cave anyway. Collecting his thoughts? Well, that's gonna be hard to clean.
Ring of minor protection, fortitude reflex. I think we can give that to the deer.
What's our plan?
Keep it down.
Agreed. Damn pirates! Audra, take your scabrous souls for fish food.
Bayadol! Still alive and calling everybody scabrous, I see. Well, now we got a bosun. Just need a boat.
A dare! And I see that corpse we've been carting around is looking a slight more sprightly. Good to see the two of you, but mind your step. I've got myself in a spot of trouble. Been trying to find a way past without losing a leg or getting a face full of poison. Well, if you're certain.
You point out the safe path along the floor. The player makes his way along, sweating and stiff jaw. Safe on the other side, he lets out a breath, moaning, and wipes his brow.
It's just bats and stinking corpses in this cave. You find anyone else?
We've got a campfire going on the beach.
Then I'll head that way myself. See you on the beach, Captain.
Mechanics. Passive abilities. So 30% damage against sneak attack. All the bullet targets. Distance intellect prey. Armor. Damage and penetration. Total damage with unarmed strike accuracy now. Weapon saves. Strike defense. Okay, now I think I've got that already. What's this? Deal myself. How will that damage was unarmed to them now? Vicious tactic causing to do more damage than penetrate armor. What was that one? Yes. Manager armor companion gains improved armor rating. I think we want that one. It's better that way. Athletics. Survival. This is Brush. Concentration. No, you don't need that.
At your service.
So now, we'll get back to it.
Child. Would you? Get that. I have the strength. I've done this before.
Armor rating 7. Armor rating 7. Okay, mine. So it's now just a fact of which one looks better. That one.
May I ask? Agreed. Somehow it always ends in bloodshed. At once.
Okay. Ooh.
I'll report back to you.
Wait. Look there.
What's up? You ask so little. At your service. Slow and steady. Trouble ahead. Shall we begin? Better than that. Strangest. I've done this before.
Abandoned hideout. Okay, let's just go back quick.
Let me fetch my tool.
Yes.
I've had practice.
What's this? Waste. What a waste. Okay. The waters here glowed an eerie blue and the cave glistens with the reflected light. You can just make out an opening in the cavern wall of the south is where the water flows onward. The tunnel seems to extend a short distance before turning sharply, but you cannot see where it leads. Swim through. The tunnel seems to extend a short distance before turning sharply, but you cannot swim through. Each taking a last gulp of air at the surface, your party swims into the tunnel, following the cavern wall as it bends. Partway through, Adia starts to lag behind, panic sets in, and the streaming distance becomes clear. Carnaxus returns to help, pulling Adia forward to safety. You come up into what appears to be another smaller cavern where sunlight streams in from an opening in the stone.
Keeping an eye out.
What?
my mind.
Told him not to bring that thing in there. Didn't like the look of it one bit. But no one daren't speak poor of his precious animancy tech.
The ghostly figure paces the length of a small outcropping with a quick, deliberate steps, muttering to herself all the while. Her long gay flaps with the wind and blows from the in-between.
Special gift from his contact, he says. Now it's acting all weird. Gives me the damn creeps. You feel it too, right? Like it's looking straight through you?
She turns piercing purple eyes on you as she shakes her head and resumes her pacing.
Came out here to get away. Couldn't stand it staring at me anymore. Then... Oh, my memory's fuzzy. Anyway, you want a Benwifts? Haven't seen you for, but he's been bringing all sort of new folks on lately. Can't hardly keep track.
Looks like the rocks here did a number on your boat.
I think I remember something about a boat. Yeah, and some screaming. Look, maybe we should stick together. Feels right, you know? Well, with you being the only other thing around and all. I can give you a hand with, spirity stuff.
Stay with me, I'll find a way to return you to the wheel.
I tell you, mate, I'd take anything over this endless grey. Even Remagon's frosty arse crack.
The spirit tries to give you a friendly pat on the shoulder, but her hand passes through you. Unperturbed, she grins and walks along behind you.
Still seeing ghosts, huh? Suppose you're stuck with that.
I'll boil up some water. We'll have a spy at that leg of yours.
Should have seen me with that barrel, Angrim. I showed it was boss.
Magrin gives some of us simpler trials than others.
Okay guys, I think I'm gonna call it here for the first episode. I think it's a bit longer than usual anyway. So yes, thank you for joining me on the first episode of Pillars of Eternity, and please give me a thumbs up and a subscription for this first channel. The more likes, the higher the chances of the playlist actually popping up on the searches. Thank you guys, and hope you have a fantastic day.